Now, the question today is, what did Obama know and when did he know it? Now, if you are that naive and you're part of the Kool-Aid crowd, if you actually need to be deprogrammed if you believe that Obama doesn't know anything about Blago's scandals. You literally need to go to a deprogrammer if you live in the fantasy world that this man is not as filthy as the rest of them in the Chicago political world. For over a year, I, Michael Savage, have told you that Obama is nothing but a back parlor guy, an alderman from Chicago. Somebody bought this presidency for him as sure as I'm sitting here. And I'm going to put myself on the line right now. If you could trade a Senate seat for $1 million, if that's that cheap in Chicago, and it's Obama's seat at that, it's $1 million is nothing. It costs $50, $60, $70 million to buy a seat in California. These are cheap chump change compared to what it costs someone out here to buy a seat for one of their front girls. But as again, come back to the main story here. $1 million to buy a Senate seat in Illinois. $1 million. Okay? Now, Obama allegedly raised, we know, $700 million. Say $1 trillion, round it off. Who put up the $1 trillion to buy him the presidency is the question. Now, of course, you're not going to answer this question because you don't know the answer. You can assume that there are several elements and certain principles and forces involved. It wouldn't be one person. But the fact of the matter is Obama's a front man for powers that bought him the presidency. And that's what's going to come out on this. Now, I came back from a vacation in Mexico specifically to cover this story on the Savage Nation because, frankly, I was jumping out of my skin when it broke the other day. And the water held no interest for me. The Mayan ruins held no interest for me. Nothing held any interest for me. I'd rather talk about the ruins of America than the Mayan ruins of 1,000 years ago or 800 years ago, whatever the number of years may be, that this once great civilization fell into decline. Because as sure as I'm standing here, just as they disappeared, we're going to disappear because of corruption in this country. So again, I come back to the main question. What did Obama know and when did he know it? There are many other things I want to talk about related to Blago and the scandal in Chicago and the scandal as it relates to Obama. Now, you say, well, why are you tying this to Obama? You're just doing it because you're a right-winger. You're just a right-winger, and you just want to try to smear wonderful, clean Obama. Okay. Well, let's take that on the face of it here on the Savage Nation. Let's start with a collateral issue here. Let's talk about the suspicious RAHM EMANUEL and his suspicious rise in Chicago politics, the Al Capone seat, if you want to put it to you that way. Who is RAHM EMANUEL? Well, 1984 worked for Democrat Paul Simon's election. National campaign director for the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee in 1988. Senior advisor and chief fundraiser for Richard M. Daley's victorious campaign for mayor of Chicago in 1989. Emanuel's knowledge of the top donors in the country and his rapport with potential donors helped Bill Clinton amass a then unheard of sum of $72 million. Emanuel's connection, $72 million. Now, after serving as an advisor to Bill Clinton in 1998, RAHM EMANUEL resigns from his position in the Clinton administration. He then becomes an investment banker at Wasserstein Perella, where he made millions of dollars until 2002. Then RAHM EMANUEL goes to the board of directors for the Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, Freddie Mac. I want you to think very carefully about what I just said to you. RAHM EMANUEL, who was Obama's chief of staff, who was in this up to his eyeballs, worked for Freddie Mac. He made $31,000 in 2000, $231,000 in 01, and he made a lot more, believe me, than that. Now, here comes the kicker. In 2002, Obama's chief of staff, RAHM EMANUEL, pursued the U.S. House seat in the 5th District of Illinois that was previously held by none other than Rod Blagojevich. Did you hear what I just said to you? Do you know that Obama's chief of staff, RAHM EMANUEL, became a congressman in the very same House seat that had been previously held by Rod Blago, who chose not to run for re-election, but instead successfully ran, became the governor of Illinois. So it's all interlocked. It's interlocking corporate corruption. I don't think you understand what I'm saying to you. If you don't really study politics, you got to understand that this is so dirty, and it goes so beyond this crazy governor, and it goes all the way up to the presidency, in my opinion. Why did Obama lie about discussing the seat with Blago? Who from Team Obama offered Blago a corporate position for his wife? How often was Emanuel in touch with Blago's people? What about Rezko? Who is Rezko? What does Rezko have to do with these sudden revelations? Wake up, Obama files. It's over for you. You need to be deprogrammed. The deprogramming of the Obama cult is desperately in order. These people need to be deprogrammed.